Well, today we are speaking with Amy Banner. She is a naturalist at the Johnny Appleseed Parks and Recreation District. And first of all, Amy, you've got a new program coming up. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
That's right. Yeah, the program is called Explore Some More, and it happens next Tuesday, January 24th, and it's over at Herman Woodlands. So it actually starts at 6:30 p.m., and you'll probably notice that it gets dark by that time. So some of the things that we're going to be doing, the Some More part of the program of Explore Some More, we're going to have a little campfire and we'll make some s'mores. And so because it's dark, we're going to utilize that and have a good time at the campfire. But then even before we get to making s'mores, I wanted to talk a little bit about the best thing to talk about in the dark time, and that's lights, and specifically things that sort of glow in the dark. So there's these something called bioluminescent. So if you think of those kind of two individual words and you break it up, lumen is going to be light. If you've ever seen Harry Potter, he does the lumos and his wand catches a light, and that's how they see it's like a flashlight. So that's the lumen part of it. But then the bio part means living or life or it's alive. So a bioluminescent thing is a living thing that creates light. And I'm sure we've all been outside in the summertime and we see the fireflies, and those are the living things that create light. So bioluminescence is usually a chemical process. If you ever played with a glow stick and you break it in half, those chemicals react together and that's what's creating the light. It's kind of the same thing in bioluminescent. There's chemicals working together and that's how the light comes about. So if you've seen a firefly, it's very similar to like a glow stick. So it's not quite the season for fireflies, but there's a ton of other stuff out in parks that glow. We have fungus. If you've been to Meet the Wild, you might have seen a glow-in-the-dark fungus there. And there's also bacteria that glow. These are all, again, living things that glow, not necessarily in our parks, but if you go to the sea or waters, you might find like anglerfish. There's actually a lot of things in marine life that are going to glow. And it's weird because you might think that if you're a glowing animal, that's probably a bad thing, right? You're just announcing to all your predators, here I am, you blow up, you light up. But for at least lightning bugs, it's not necessarily a bad thing for them. And they're doing it as more of a way to communicate with other animals, with other fireflies. And so this one, the females blink their lights in a specific pattern. And if the males can replicate that, then that's how they'll find their mates. Maybe not with lightning bugs, but with anglerfish or some of the other glow-in-the-dark things. It's more of an offensive or defensive strategy. So if you think about it, you're glowing in the dark and you're this animal, you can maybe attract your prey that way. So something's looking at this glowing light and it's really interested, so it goes closer to figure out what it is. And then that anglerfish with the flashlight on the front of its face is able to just capture its prey that way real quick. Or like a defensive move. If we hear something scary at even our house, we'll flip on the light switch, right? We want to see what it is. So the bioluminescent animals can do this too. They flip on their light switch. It just so happens that light switch is internal, and it's that chemical reaction that's. So those are sort of the pros and cons of that. If an animal does eat a bioluminescent animal, sometimes that animal that ate it is also glowing now. So it's not very advantageous for another animal to eat it because it's going to now be a good, easy target because it's glowing as well. So that's just one example of like things that glow in the nighttime. So bioluminescent. But there's also something called triboluminescent. So again, we'll break down that word. Lumos meaning light again. Tribal meaning to like hit or rub or somehow like expand in a way. So it's not living, but we do have rocks outside that are triboluminescent. And if you find a piece of quartz and you hit them together, then that's going to create that glow. Now, it's not like fire. It's not like flint and steel where you rub it together and it's going to create a heat or anything like that. It's not going to create fire. It's just glowing. So those are a couple different varieties. One last thing I'm going to say is fluorescent. So things that just kind of glow under a source of light. So if we have a black light and then we shine it on that, then it just kind of produces a glow. And again, rocks do this. If you just shine a black light on them, then it'll produce that glow. And so this is sort of the stuff that we'll be doing at Explore Some More. We'll look at some of these things. I'll show you a few examples, and then we'll just kind of play with this light here. So if I could show it to you real quick, what this looks like. This is just the replication here. We'll turn off the lights here, and you'll get a kind of a better picture. So this is a flower. It's fake, obviously, but it looks pretty cool like this. But then you shine that black light on it, and you can really kind of see a different glow to it. So pretty cool stuff there. That's what we're going to be doing at Explore Some More. If you want to join us, please register for the program. But again, that happens next Tuesday, January 24th, and it starts at 6:30 at Herman Woodlands.
Amy Banner, thank you so much. Very interesting stuff. Hopefully you'll get some folks to come out and do some exploring. And we'll be back with more right after this.